Hey folks, I'm at a rest stop on the side of Interstate 81 in Virginia and wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about gear security when you're on the road a long time and you got stuff in the back of a pickup truck or on a trailer. One thing you want to do is consider, how can I slow down someone who wants to steal my gear? Obviously I've got a ton of gear in the vehicle in terms of just my tackle, my Torpedo batteries, there's some motors in there, all my rods, suitcase, just video editing equipment is up in there. I'll take a lot of that stuff in the hotel room with me, but some things obviously are too big, like these two kayaks. So something I like to utilize is multiple cables. You can see right here in the back of this Take 2, this would certainly slow down somebody. It may not stop them. They can probably find a tool to cut that cable, but you're gonna stop or slow down the guy who looks at it and says, I've got my pickup truck right there, this one's here, I can just pull this out and steal it and be gone. This takes a little bit more thought ahead of time. So one thing that's nice is I have the grab loop here that it's looped around, and I just run the cable back through its own little loop there, and then it runs forward, and I've got the back of it secured, and it really shows the person that would be stealing something that, hey, it's connected to something. It's not going to be an easy grab. It's not going to be an easy, quick grab and run. So I run this underneath some other stuff. It comes forward. I actually ran it through my Torpedo tent, through the table, and it ends here. But then I have a second cable that's going through some parts on the inflatable. I think the inflatable would be easier to steal, but I don't know. I mean, there's a couple knobs you could twist to get it off. I've got the tie-down straps that would slow them down a little bit, but that cable through whatever I have it through is a barrier, and you want to present as many barriers as possible. One is parking close to where your lodging is, in a well-lit area that maybe has a lot of traffic. It's hard to do when you stick back, almost 5 feet beyond the back of the truck. It's tough to find a spot that's well lit, but we try. So the other loop that's all connected to that cable comes forward, and I'll tell you, the one thing I have had stolen out of the back of the truck is a cooler. Not this kind. It was I don't know, less expensive. It was a cheapie. But I got the other end of the cable, and what I'm gonna do for this Orion cooler is I'm gonna flop that over. I take this lock, and hopefully I can angle that right so you can see it. It lines up. There's a little hole right up in there that I'm gonna slide this up in. It's tough to see. I don't always get it lined up perfectly right away, but you can see it's gonna come out there. And then once you have that up, you got the open end of your cable that's attached to both your boats. Put that on there, and not only is your cooler not going to be stolen, but it's attached to both your kayaks and whatever else you run these cables through. So quick gear security trick for life on the road. Hope it helps. Hope you don't get ripped off. See ya.